And you're live, it says. Outstanding. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Randsanity. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in this beauty wood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Please won't you be my viewer? Right? That's my new theme song. I'm going to actually have someone make that for me. I'm sure I'll get sued by Mr. Rogers, but I'm going to see if I can get an earwig to cut that for me. So that's why I throw on my little sport coat every night, and I go ahead and I take that role of host. So here I am, host for Randsanity, episode 204. 204. So it means I've been doing 204 days straight of this craziness. Because I have to do something creative outlet, because that's just the way it works. So I talk about music and trivia and bands and stuff. I was just talking with Chad, who was just talking about Wilco. And I was just saying, that, I think that probably everything, if you think about it, most songs that I think that come out of Yankee Hotel Foxtrot are great. It's a good album in general. But, Wilco's got such a nice discography. I think that it's got some good ones. Jesus, etc., Heavy Metal Drummer, Impossible Germany. There's definitely some of their best. So Chad, check those out. Those are also good ones. Heavy Metal Drummer, Impossible Germany. But yeah, Wilco, always good. Love Wilco. So, excuse me. I had a rough day today. I didn't do anything. That's what made it rough. So if I'm not working, not to get my hands dirty, it feels less intense. So let's see. I did have there was a survey up on TikTok about who do you want to get trapped on a desert island with. If you want to get trapped on a desert island, it's Bear Grylls, Charlize Theron, Johnny Depp, and Emily Blunt. So if you're there, go vote for it. If not, that's okay too. Just ignore me completely and just keep going. That's how that works. We'll talk a minute about Tyler, the Creator. I've seen Tyler, the Creator, a few times. And he was talking, he came out with an article, and he pretty much is famously unabashed Pharrell and Neptune's Discipline. However, another strongest influence is Kanye West. Any producer or rapper could adore Ye's level of craftsmanship in his beats and zany humor they could weave into rhyming. It's more than evident that when Tyler's career that they share a lot of the same tendencies. Consequently, when they eventually came together on Smuckers, it felt like almost a full circle moment. The affinity for Kanye stuck with Tyler, the Creator, even in the most turbulent times. When Ye came out during the summer of 2018, the Chicago legend was constantly making controversial headlines. He visited the White House to visit Donald Trump and donned the Make America Great Again hat in one moment. The next, he claimed slavery was a choice. Lots of artists and fans left Kanye behind at this point. Still, Tyler stood up for his music and, all above else. During the 2018 conversation with GQ, the interview asked Tyler, the Creator, about his feelings on Kanye. And he came out that summer when he revealed that Violent Crimes, the album's tender closer, made him cry. The sheer musicality was enough to move Tyler in a profound spiritual way. Which I found to be interesting because I've met Tyler and he doesn't seem to be, he takes things very lightly. It's definitely, I think it's very interesting that he says that, those chords, like fucking, I can't explain what they do to me. I always talk about chords and probably sound like a fucking dork, but since I was fucking 4 years old, I would say that it was a slant, it up went. Tyler, the Creator, explains, because I didn't know what chords were, but it was a thing that music did that I just felt in my fucking body. And that was the most recent song that he did it to me, like 1 out of 10. That shit did it at a 12. And my eyes just started to water. I couldn't explain it. I hope when I die, it gets explained to me. So Tyler, very passionate about Ye. He said, sadly this year, though, Ye had some serious criticism to air out about Tyler, the Creator. Back in April of 25, when he was still using X, he threw shots at Tyler and Kendrick Lamar, deeming them overrated. Name one good Tyler, the Creator bar. Name an actual good Kendrick line, like you really wish you had said the level bar, he wrote at the time. Bro, Kendrick Lamar cannot rap, he claimed. Wayne got way more life bars. I get more bars. Kendrick doesn't have one bar where I say, I wish I said that Kendrick and Tyler, the two most overrated so-called artists, please order more security. Kendrick and Tyler raps are about equal, honestly. Oh, that's brutal. I feel bad. You know, Tyler Creator's such a nice guy, and he's like swooning over Yee, and Yee just shits all over him. That's why they say never meet your heroes. You know, it's true. Never meet your heroes. That's just brutal. I mean, think about this. Tyler, the Creator, is telling me how Yee makes him, like, song made him cry. And Yee just basically just shits all over him, saying that he sucks. Oh, man. Never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes. There's a reason for that, for sure. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know what to say about that one. I just felt that one in my soul. That's just sort of that crushing thing where, you know, you just want someone like, just love me. And then it's like, dude, you suck. I'm not going to love you. I think you suck. Oh, but that's the way it works though, right? Never meet your heroes because they're going to disappoint you for sure. What are you going to do? I mean, you know, you don't have much of a choice but to take that in stride. Take it in stride. Oh, man, that's just brutal. Brutal. I'm telling you, I just find that to be horrendous that you can have that happen. I found this to be as good as it gets as well. In 2012, Flavor Flav opened up a restaurant in Michigan. It was a cheap chicken and ribs joint. It was Flavor Flav restaurant. It closed in July of 2013. So we opened it in December of 2012, and it closed in July. So let's see, what? January, February, March, April, May, June, July. It lasted 6 months. I mean, look, restaurants are hard no matter what, but man, 6 months? Whew. Boy! You know, it's funny. You may be able to have a great musical career, and you may be able to invest money into things, but to actually run the restaurant, apparently your namesake did not pan out well for running a cheap chicken and ribs joint, Flavor Flav. Maybe it didn't have the flavor that you were looking for when it came to a cheap ribs joint. But I mean, like, you know, you got to give him that. You got to give him credit for trying. Apparently it didn't succeed. That happens. It's hard to run a restaurant. You know, that's not an easy thing by any sense of the word. So I don't know what to say. Now, have you ever seen the movie The Craze? There's a movie The Craze about these twins that lived in London, and they were some badasses for real. They were twin brothers, and the movie actually is a depiction of them because it really is real. And in 1967, Pink Floyd appeared at the Speakeasy Lounge in London, England. And it's situated at 48 Margaret Street in the center of London. The Speakeasy was a late-night haunt for the music industry from like 1966 into the late 70s. And it was managed by Laurie O'Leary. And she was a lifelong friend of the Cray twins. So basically, they probably owned the bar. This Pink Floyd basically played in this bar that was owned by these notorious gangsters of London, the Crays. That's just kind of crazy that, you know, if you think about it, that these real life gangsters that you don't think about, you know, real life gangsters own music venues, and Pink Floyd played at that music venue. That's amazing. I think that's so funny. All right, now this is about as good as it gets for Elvis. In 1970, there's a famous picture of Elvis with Richard Nixon. Apparently, on this date, the 21st of December in 1970, a stretch limousine carrying Elvis Presley pulled up outside of the White House in Washington, D.C. The driver handed a letter from Elvis addressed to President Nixon, requesting a meeting to discuss how the king of rock and roll could help Nixon fight drugs. Now remember, Elvis was a prescription drug junkie. We talked about the doctor who got arrested and how many he prescribed. 12,000 pills in like 9 months. Okay? It was taking like 50 pills a day. Okay? An insane amount of pills. But he meets with the President Nixon because he wants to talk about how he can help fight drugs. The president agreed to give Presley a Narcotics Bureau badge, but only after learning that the chief of the Narcotics Bureau had turned down the same request earlier that day and told Presley the only person who could overrule his decision was the president himself. Apparently Nixon didn't like this guy and was like, fuck you, I am going to overrule you. So at Elvis's request, though, the meeting remained secret for more than a year until the Washington broke a story about it on January 27th of 1972. So that's so crazy. That's when that picture came out, the picture of Elvis with President Nixon at the time. And he got a Narcotics Bureau badge to help fight drugs. When again, he was munching them. He was eating 50 a day. It was between painkillers, uppers, and downers. So he'd wake up, he'd have to take uppers. He would take painkillers all day, and then he'd get so wired out he had to take downers to go crash at the end of the day. 50 pills a day. 12,000 pills in like a 9-month period that this doctor lost his license for eventually. I mean, you know, that's you are truly the king if you can do that many drugs and not die. Oh, wait, he did. He did die. Just saying. 1985, Bruce Springsteen's album Born in the USA passed Michael Jackson's Thriller to become the second longest lasting album on the Billboard US Top 10. It stayed there for 79 weeks. Only The Sound of Music with Julie Andrews lasted longer at 109 weeks. I guess if you can sing The Hills Are Alive with The Sound of Music, you can stay on the Billboard chart longer than Bruce Springsteen, because I don't see him singing that one. Oh, man. That's funny. Do you know today was the day that the first Walt Disney full-length movie was released? Snow White was released today on the 21st of December in 1937. 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97, 2007, 2017, 2027. It's just shy of 90 years ago. Think about that. Snow White has been bopping around for 90 years. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to the grave we go. Wow, that's been around forever. And that's the first full-length animated movie ever released. Ever. Good old Walt Disney Company innovating. I think they're going to get sold now for like some billion dollars or something. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Bohemian Rhapsody, and These Are the Days of Our Lives by Queen started a 5-week run in the #1 slot in the United Kingdom. The 1975 worldwide hit had been re-released following the death of Freddie Mercury. So in 1991, it came back out again. Now, interestingly enough, on this day in 2012, the first video to ever hit 1 billion views, 1 billion, was Psy's Gangnam Style on this day. 1 billion views. That's now been surpassed but that was the first video ever to have 1 billion views, Gangnam Style by Psy, on this day in 2012. I don't think I've ever actually watched that entire music video. I can honestly say that. I've never actually watched the entire video of Gangnam Style. Sorry, I just haven't. It just was never my thing. I get it, but that's all right. Smash the like button. Beat it up. Destroy it. Hit that for that one, all right? Because that's funny shit right there. Just saying, all right? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh. Is everyone ready for Christmas? I mean, literally, it's what? Christmas Eve is 3 days away. So did you get your presents? You all ready to go? You've done your shopping? You ready to do your traveling? You ready to get out and go do your stuff? Someone has to do it. Someone has to go do the shopping. Someone has to get your stuff prepared. You can do my shopping. I haven't done it yet. I know. I'm a procrastinator. Shopping sucks, though. I'd rather just go buy stuff. I'm not good at shopping for things. I'm good for buying things. I go out and spend money. I buy what I need to buy. That's all. Shopping entails that you walk around the store aimlessly. I want to go into the store and know exactly what I want to get and get it. And that's it. I don't want to have to go and let me see what I want to get. No, I want to just get it. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? If it doesn't make sense to you, I can completely understand it, and that's okay. That's just how my bad brain works. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. I'm trying to go up the scale here of things that happened. Excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. No. Oh, yes, this is great. So Michael Andrews, featuring Gary Jules, went to #1 on the UK singles chart with their version of Tears for Fears song Mad World. The song took just 90 minutes to record in 2001. Now, this was in 2003 that it went to #1, but they featured this song in Donnie Darko. So if you listen to it, that is the Tears for Fears song, Mad World, but it's actually sung by Michael Andrews featuring Gary Jules. So if you Google that one and you listen to it, it's a little bit different version. But that's such a great version. That's such a great song to begin with. And it fits so well on Donnie Darko. We talked about Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday yesterday. I believe I said it was Jake's birthday yesterday. Yes, right? Jake Gyllenhaal birthday yesterday. Let me see. I know. I'm almost positive that Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday was yesterday. He's 49, right? Jake Gyllenhaal, 49. Where's he at here? Blah, 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 blah. No, was it the other day? I mean, it was 2 days ago now. Yep, there he is. 45. So he was born the 19th. Jake Gyllenhaal from Donnie Darko was born on the 19th. But that's such a good movie. If you have not seen Donnie Darko, go watch it. It's definitely got some good features to it. I love the whole concept of the time travel. It just seems to work in that one really well. Okay, so we talked about Eminem last night getting married, divorced to his wife. His wife remarried, divorced, remarried. The judge said, cut this shit out. And he said, okay. And then they got divorced again. But in 2003, Eminem's ex-wife at the time, Kimberly Mathers, pleaded guilty to a drug and driving offense. Not just a drunk driving, drug and driving offense. Mathers had been pulled over by police in June and then was charged with possession of cocaine. 2 other charges: driving with a suspended license and, maintaining a drug house. What the fuck? Maintaining a drug house? And basically, police then discovered marijuana and ecstasy were being dropped at her house. So they were just hanging around, having parties at her house all the time. The then 28-year-old mother appeared in Michigan court after turning herself in because they put warrants out for her to arrest her ass. Previously having failed to attend a November 1st hearing and removed an electronic tagging device used to monitor her movements. Okay. Yeah, that always works out well for you. Hey, I'm just going to take this electronic ankle bracelet off. Just hold on. Let me just take that off. No one's going to notice. Promise. No one will pay attention to that one. That's not how it works. They notice that shit right away. Immediately. So yeah, that's why she turned herself in, because she basically missed the court date, took off her electronic monitoring device and said, "Fuck you, court." And they probably were like, "Yeah, we're going to totally arrest your ass," and did. Oh, it's brilliant. I just love that. That's so good. So good. All right. In 2010, so 15 years ago, a concert by the Kings of Leon was postponed after a fire broke out at one of their 2 tour buses, which are parked at the O2 Arena in London. The blaze began on one of the coaches before spreading to the other tour bus and into the loading bay of the venue. About 60 firefighters were at the scene, and ambulance crews treated 6 people for smoke inhalation. The O2 spokesman said the fire meant there was not enough time to rig the arena for the sellout concert, and they had to cancel it. Oof. You never want to cancel a concert like that. Now, I had a funny story because years ago we went to a place called Blossom Music Center in, I think it's in Peninsula, Ohio. It's this really cool outdoor venue. It's a shed, holds about 20,000 people. And we took a tour bus up there with a whole bunch of listeners to go see a concert. When we came back out to the bus. I'm like, what's wrong with the bus? The bus driver had been sitting in the bus, and he left the bus idling. The bus caught on fire. So while we're at the venue, the bus caught on fire. They put the bus out, but it damaged and destroyed the bus, basically, with all our shit in it. So we got stuck at this venue. So now it's, the show ends. It's like 11 o'clock. I think it was probably close to almost 4 o'clock in the morning by the time the second bus came up there to retrieve us. So there was a whole group of like 50 of us just stumbling around this parking lot for hours during this after this venue ended in the middle of nowhere in Peninsula, Ohio, at this venue. And it's set out in like a national forest. So it's not like you could walk anywhere. There's like a highway that leads to it and all these back roads, but it wasn't like you could go walking through it. If you walk down through the forest, it would be like going on a hike to find Jason of, Friday the 13th. So it does happen. Buses do catch on fire, and that's kind of a bad consequence of stuff like that. It happens, but yes, that would definitely put a damper in your show if you were trying to deal with that. Ugh, man, I would not be happy with that one at all. In 2012, Rolling Stones guitarist Ron Wood, at 65, married his fiancée, Sally Humphries, during a private ceremony in London. Now, it didn't say how old she was. I was trying to find out how old Humphries was. I can't imagine that she's 65. I'm betting she's like 29. That's just me. Apparently, Keith Richards, Rod Stewart, Paul McCartney, and others attended the wedding. Well, I mean, if you're Ron Wood of the Rolling Stones, you get to have that kind of celebrity wedding. But I just find it to be funny that 65-year-old married, and it doesn't say how old. I'm sure there was a reason for that. Now, back in 2005, Elton John and his partner David Furnish became the first gay celebrities to register their relationship as a civil partnership. The 20-minute ceremony took place at the Guildhall in Windsor, England. Guests included Ringo Starr, Victoria Beckham, Josh Stone, Sting, Elvis Costello, George Michael, the Osbournes, Ozzy, Sharon, and Jack, as well as Kelly. And then, on the same day, this day, the 21st of December, in 2014, 9 years later, Elton John and his partner David Furnish formally converted their civil partnership to a marriage, hosting a ceremony at their Windsor estate in Berkshire. David and Victoria Beckham, Ed Sheeran, Lulu, and David Williamson were among the guests this time. So good old Elton John making that happen. In 2016, the musician Richard Marx basically told, oh shit, what did I just do? I hit something that like made everything go blank. That was weird. Okay. And we're back. Wow, that was really weird for me. I don't know what happened with you. If you hopefully nothing happened. But everybody was gone. I was so afraid. I hit something on the computer. Oof. Go find this. Oh, there was everybody back. All right, anyway. In 2016, Richard Marx, the singer Richard Marx, told of how he had to restrain a passenger on a Korean Airlines flight that he was on going from Hanoi to Seoul. Apparently this guy who was drunk attacked another onboard passenger. This all happened while in flight. Richard Marx was with his wife, and they were traveling from Hanoi to Seoul, and the man was arrested upon landing in South Korea. I mean, even celebrities have to deal with crazy, fucked up people on airlines. It's not just you and me. I mean, that's 2019, Mariah Carey topped the U.S. Billboard's Hot 100 with All I Want for Christmas Is You for the first time in 25 years after its original release, thereby breaking several records, including the longest trip to number one, with an estimated sales of over 16 million copies worldwide. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the best-selling holiday song sung by a female artist and one of the best-selling physical singles in music history. The following year, the song also topped the charts in the UK for the first time, spending a record 69 weeks in its top 40 prior to reaching number one. 25 years from when it was released. How crazy is that? I mean, I don't know. That just seems really strange that it took that long for that song to get recognized, or for Mariah Carey to get recognized. I don't know which one it was. Smash the like button. Hit it. Bang it with your hand like this. Sabrina Carpenter was number one on the UK charts with her sixth studio album, Short and Sweet. The album and its tracks received 8 nominations in the 67th Annual Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year, and it won for Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Pop Solo Performance for Espresso. Carpenter became one of the only 15 artists in history to receive nominations in all 4 main general field categories for a single night. The album also topped the charts in US, Portugal, France, Spain, Belgium, Norway, Switzerland, and Finland. So the Europeans really like Sabrina Carpenter. You got to love that, right? Heart also released its album Hearts on this day, and it went to number one on December the 21st of 1985. People who have birthdays today, musical artist Frank Zappa would have been 85 today. He died when he was 53. Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys would have been 79 today. He died when he was 52. Gabby Glasser of Luscious Jackson is 60 today. Sean Morgan of Seether is 49 today. Jane Fonda, actress and activist, is 88 today. I think she's still married to Ted Turner. Haven't heard anything about him for a while. Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker, 77 today. Ray Romano is 68. Andy Dick, 60. Is he still relevant? I don't know what happened to Andy Dick. And Keith Sutherland, 59 today. I haven't seen 24. What happened to Keith Sutherland? He just fell off the face. I don't know. Hit the like button. It's stuck at 765 likes. I want to hit 1,000. So come on. Alan plus J and Salamander. Salamander Salsa Salamander. I don't know what that says. Liza and Lucy at Grandview Kroger, priceless. Yes. Why are Liza and Lucy at Grandview Kroger? I want to know that. Shit. So I was trying to see if I can get my um, headset to work tonight. If I can, I think I can cast it. If I can cast it, would that be fun? You can watch this crazy video that this game. Oh, it's not plugged in. Well, that would do it. If it's not plugged in, it's not going to charge. If it's not going to charge, there's no way for me to get it to work, right? Isn't that how that works? Okay, there it goes. So yeah, I wonder if I can actually do that. I can actually cast the medics. I think you can see that. I think it works like that. Wouldn't that be wild? I don't know. Let's see what's going on over here. Sorry, I'm going to come right back to you there, Obi. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Let's see. I think there was something else I had that was in. I did talk about the other day. I did talk about the cringy '90s one-hit wonders. And if you haven't listened to any of these, my advice is go ahead and check these out. Okay, these are some one-hit wonders from the '90s. There's 4 of them. They say they're cringy, but I think they're just brilliant personally. That's just me. So the first one has to be "How Bizarre" by OMC. How bizarre, how bizarre. Ba, ba, bum, bum, ba, ba. It's definitely a little bit weird, but it's definitely worth checking out. Now, "Bitch" by Meredith Brooks. You definitely have to go check out "Bitch" by Meredith Brooks. If you've never heard of it, it's definitely a one-hit wonder. It's so good, though. It's kind of timeless in the respect that, you think about it. I definitely think you want to hear it. And then "If You Could Only See" by Tonic. Which is a good song too. It's from the album Lemon Parade. It was definitely an interesting one because it's written about the frontman's relationship with an older woman in his early 20s that his family didn't approve of. So it's got some story behind it, but it's a really, really good song. And then the last one I really can't give you much credit to because it's "Informer" by Snow, and I have not listened to that one enough, so I don't really know that song, but I do know the Tonic song. "If You Could See Me" by Tonic, Meredith Brooks' "Bitch," and "How Bizarre" by OMC. Highly recommend all 3 as one-hit wonders to just check out. Throw on your musical selection of things that you need to just hear before you die at least once. That's how that works. Hit the like button, smash it away. Come on, we have to surpass 1,000 tonight. That's my goal. I'm only at 765. You can do it. Just do this a few times, and we'll get there in a second. That's how that works. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now this thing. So, if I could get this to cast, that would be fun, wouldn't it? I think I can get it to do it. I just have to make sure I remember how to play the game. It's been a minute since I played this game. But yeah, I definitely can get it to cast. I just have to get it to cast to something. So I don't know if it would cast it. I guess it would have to cast to this computer, right? So I have to turn the Bluetooth on this one, I'm sure. Let's see, Bluetooth, right? Where's my Bluetooth on this one? Bluetooth. Yeah, right, okay. Bluetooth right there. I think I can cast via Bluetooth, right? Bluetooth is on. It's discoverable. Okay, wow. We might want to have to do that. I'm going to have to see. This might be hilarious. Because you can watch me play this stupid game that I'm really, really, really not great at. But I was for a while because I played it all the time, like every night. So anyway, all right, let's see. We'll put that down there. So, all right, YouTube, I'm going to bail on you. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and fade to black for YouTube and then come right back. So hang on a second. So we're going to see if we can make this thing work. Because I definitely need to get 1,000 likes tonight or I'm not going to leave. I'm not leaving till I get 1,000 likes. All right, YouTube, love you, mean it. I'll look for you tomorrow night. We'll do this all again, but completely different. So let's fade to black. All right, I'm still here. But I'm just going to click this right back up here for a second. And Go from there. All right. I know. You're like, where did you go? Don't leave us. I didn't leave you. I promise. I'm right here. So just you got to hit the like button, though. Smash away. Beat it. Destroy it. Come on. I'm at 765 likes. I need to get 1,000 today. Come on, Jensen. Don't just pop in and leave. Go ahead and hit the like button. Show me the love. There it is. All right. So I'm going to end that one. End that stream. End the stream and come back on TV.